GRONE is a town in the province of Bergamo, in the Italian region of Lombardy. It is located on the left side of the Kerio River in the Cavallina Valley, not far from Lake Endine. The municipal area stretches from the riverbanks to the San Fermo Hills, located between the Cavallina Valley and Lake Iseo, which dominate the valley with their green meadows, pastures and woods. The town itself has a very ancient history, as is testified by the archaeological finds discovered in caves in and around the area. In one cave in Sant'Antonio di Grone, the speleologists of the Sabino project discovered ancient Bronze Age artifacts dating back to the year 2650 BC, which had been lying in the darkness for over 4,000 years. Like all the towns in the Cavallina Valley, GRONE also had its period of most extensive growth and splendor in the Middle Ages. In fact, 3 towers dating back to the 13th century can still be seen in the old town centre. These bear witness to the importance of the settlement, which was ruled at that time by the Muti and Terzi families. Starting from the parish church, the old town of GRONE can be explored on foot. Besides the 3 magnificent towers, the visitor will find rural and noble buildings with portals, courtyards and interesting architecture. Also present in the area are the ancient Cote stone quarries. Many locally discovered historical, ethnographic and archaeological artifacts will soon be on display in a museum area, currently being set up in a medieval building and tower owned by the municipality. Remains of a fortified building were also found during excavations for the reconstruction of the parish church of the Nativity of the Virgin Mary in 1928. The church itself, rebuilt on the foundations of a smaller one dating back to the 14th century, contains paintings by Cavagna, valuable wood sculptures, and interesting sacred artworks. In the locality of Sant'Antonio di Grone once stood an ancient oratory dedicated to Saint Anthony Abbot. It is documented in the records of the 1575 pastoral visit of St. Charles Borromeo, Archbishop of Milan, which contain a reference to Supra Montem Gronum. The new church was built in 1921 and contains interesting sacred artworks. Further up the mountain, where the road reaches its highest point and turns back down towards the Adrara Valley, a small church named after the saints Firmus and Rusticus welcomes visitors. Over the last decade, the building has been totally renovated. The churchyard has been replaced by a lawn where Mass is celebrated during the summer months. Not far away stands a commemorative stele laid in 2022 to mark the centenary of the bathing colonies, built at the beginning of the last century near the church of San Fermo. Towards Mount Ballerino in the Piazzale Virgo Fidelis, patron saint of the Carabinieri, stands a chapel in the shape of the Carabinieri's headgear dedicated to the Virgin Mary. Many other oratories and shrines are scattered along the area's roads and hiking trails. Of particular interest is the Acquasparsa Mill, the last one still in operation in the entire valley. This mill has a wooden structure dating back to 1930 and functions thanks to a combination of water power and electricity. Surrounding the mill is a true oasis of tranquility immersed in greenery that seems to belong to a different era and gives an idea of what life in a small hill village might have once been like. The program of cultural activities offered to tourists is rich and varied. At the Colli di San Fermo sports facility and in the spaces dedicated to the various events, numerous classical and modern music performances, plays, art and nature workshops, and other cultural offerings are presented. The view that can be enjoyed from various points of the Colli towards the Orobie and towards the plain is fascinating in every season.